What is going on at CNN, you guys? CNN is owned by Turner Broadcasting, and you have to wonder, has Turner Broadcasting kind of dropped the ball? Are they not really managing the producers and people running CNN that well? Because CNN is making all kinds of really simple, easy mistakes that it would seem like it would be easy for a news organization of their size, credibility, and income to avoid. Now, first of all, one of the main things is that CNN is they're kind of like the coach, right? The producers are kind of like the coach, and they're coaching all this news and media talent they have, all the journalists they have, right? And it doesn't make sense that they keep breaking up news teams. They had Allison Camerata and Chris Cuomo were a great morning news team. And then they started toying with that and replacing the pieces of it, and now they have a morning news team in basically John Berman and Brianna Keilar that's not nearly as strong as the original news team they had. The news team has to be super strong. That's your A-list players, that morning news team. That morning news team is so important to a news channel. They really have to be the best players you have to bring the people in for the day, right? And then they also broke up Victor Blackwell and Christy Paul. They were a great news team combination. And now it's Victor and Allison are together, and they're a good news team. They seem to be working okay, but it didn't make sense to force them to restart with each other, If you're going to give them their own show, then fine, break up the news team. I understand that. But if you're going to keep them on a news team, why wouldn't you keep their news team together that had built all kinds of synergy together, that was used to working together, that had a long history of success together? If you keep breaking up the news teams and forcing new people to get synergy together, then you're starting over each time. And it doesn't make sense that CNN producers don't realize that every time they break up a news team, they're starting over. The longer a news team has been together, the more you invest in that news team, the more you keep them together, right? Because they have that experience together. And how can I be the one that has to explain this to CNN producers? I'll give you guys another example. CNN producers rolled the dice when they hired Chris Cuomo because he was so close to the governor. He's the governor's brother, right? So if something bad happens with that governor, it's going to be hard for Chris Cuomo to cover his brother ethically, right? And then what ended up happening? Originally, CNN got all these great interviews from Andrew Cuomo, and it seemed like their roll of the dice was really paying off. Then it came out that Cuomo had a scandal at the nursing home with all those old people dying from COVID. Then it came out that he was a sexual harasser to the 10th degree. And now Chris Cuomo, the main anchor at CNN, can't even cover the biggest story of the day, which is the fact that the governor of New York, his brother, is refusing to leave office, even though President Joe Biden has told him he needs to resign. And so you got to ask yourself, what is going on at Turner Broadcasting and at the behind the scenes level of CNN? Because these guys are in a fight of their lives. They're losing to Fox News. They're losing an information war to Russia, and yet they're playing games by breaking apart news teams, rolling the dice on the governor's brother as a news anchor. They shouldn't be making these mental errors, you guys. And is the producer that hired Chris Cuomo, is he fired? Because he rolled the dice and he came up craps. He failed. So he should be fired. Why are these people that make huge mistakes at CNN allowed to keep their jobs?